My name's Tony, and this is a Bentley. The great-grandfather bought this out of Crown Land 1890, and it's come down through the generations, and hopefully it'll go through to my grandsons and granddaughters and so on. Yeah, I'm very proud of the place actually. Originally it was dairy, and then of course it's converted to beef cattle. Roughly 130 acres of the land has never been cleared, always been ridge bushland, and I've always had a dream that we'd convert it back to that whole section, wetlands, bushland, and this is what this is about. I spent years and years clearing the lantana off the ridges, and then when I heard about the Living Carbon project, I thought, wow, this is the way I can do something for the climate and also get my section of farm back to how it originally was. 25 acres here is a project to revegetation. So the whole 150 acres will be just natural forest.
The main role here of local land services is to assist the landholder with a planting plan. So the planting plan maps out all the features that are required for a successful planting.
So the process for the landholders is to first establish a planting plan for their site. They need to ensure that they're eligible and then register that plan with the Clean Energy Regulator so that they're eligible for carbon credits. But in this program, we also are supporting the landholders to get accounting for nature accreditation so that their carbon credits have the addition of biodiversity certification. For landholders to be eligible, they need to have cleared land of a minimum of around about 10 hectares to make it worthwhile.
Well, this planting is not only about sequestering carbon from the atmosphere, it's also creating habitat for plants and animals, and particularly threatened plants and animals. The vegetation on these floodplains has been overly cleared, and there's actually a threatened ecological community that supports red gum and swamp mahogany. And some of the particular threatened species is koala in this area, arboreal mammals such as gliders, and also a range of threatened plant species as well. The planting method here really lends itself to being maintained by the landholder, particularly the use of tractor and slashing. So this is why we planted in rows. The landholder will be able to slash down these rows to maintain the site in the short term. In the longer term, because of the high density of planting here, about 1,600 plants per hectare, we anticipate the site to be captured under a forest canopy within a 3 to 5 year time frame. So maintenance then drops away when the forest canopy forms.
So Tony was eligible for the Quality Assurance Project, which means that the growth of his trees don't need to be surveyed and measured every 12 months. It means that the growth of the trees can be measured just from the satellite imagery. John and I are establishing the baseline monitoring under the Accounting for Nature scheme. These permanent sites will be monitored periodically over the 25 years of the project to show an improvement in biodiversity gain as a result of doing this planting project. Our advice for other landholders that might be thinking about entering into an environmental planning project in the North Coast is to make sure that your values are aligned with improving the environment and biodiversity on your land first up, because there is a strong commitment to maintain and to manage these environmental plantings over the 25-year period.
If I was doing this again, I think I would try to find another landowner who has done it. I've been extremely fortunate. I've had a person who has known the game, has known everybody, and I see him every week to debrief with him. If you had cows on this land, you don't make very much money because it's wetland, it's not the best grass in the world, and up in the forest there's virtually no cattle. I think you would make more money with just carbon credits. What's more important is the long-term environmental, which is worth more than money.